Hi there everyone, welcome to this demonstration and tutorial of my chord melody arrangement of All Through the Night, a Welsh traditional melody, which I have arranged for both GCEA and DGBE Ukulele. You can download that at my website at ukestuff.info for free, and this video will actually have the chords and the tabs on top of me as I teach on this video a little bit later. So what we're going to do in this video, first of all, I'll talk about what chord melody is. Then I'll demonstrate the song on GCEA ukulele, soprano, concert, or tenor. Then I'll demonstrate on baritone DGBE ukulele. Then I'll do a tutorial for GCEA, soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele. And then I'll do a tutorial for baritone DGBE ukulele. If you want to support the work in this channel, there are three things you can do. You can like the video, you can subscribe to the channel, and third, you can always buy me a cup of coffee to say thank you for making this content at www.buymeacoffee.com/ukestuff. I also have a couple books of chord melodies for sale, hymns and carols that you can find at the Buy Me a Coffee page, as well as on the Apple Bookstore, the Amazon Kindle store, and in print from Amazon directly. All right, let's talk about what chord melody is. Chord melody is a next step in your playing from just strumming, moving to letting the ukulele be a solo instrument. And with your thumb, generally, you're playing chords or parts of chords that end up creating both the chord and the melody. In my arrangement, the melody stays basically on the top two strings, although sometimes the third string, which allows them to be used for either high G, low G, high D, low D. It's really up to you. Now on tablature, there are 4 lines. The bottom line is the string closest to you, and the top line is the string farthest away from you, as if you're holding your instrument like that. So let me demonstrate All Through the Night for you, both on GCEA and DGBE ukulele. All right, let's do a tutorial for the GCEA soprano, concert, or tenor version. There are really 4 chords you're playing here. You've got the G chord, the C chord, the A chord, and the D chord. If you can play those chords, that's most of this song. So you're going to play G chord, strings 4, 3, 2. Go down to the 2nd string, 2nd fret. Strings 4, 3, 2 open like a C chord. 2nd string, 3rd fret, A chord. 2nd string, 3rd fret, D chord, strings 4, 3, and 2. 2nd string open, 3rd string, 2nd fret, C chord, strings 4, 3, and 2. D chord, strings 4, 3, and 2. Repeat the 2nd string, and then a G chord, strings 4, 3, and 2. And that repeats note for note. That takes us to the 3rd line of the song. You've got a regular C chord, down to the 1st string, 2nd fret, C chord again, up to the 5th fret, up to the 7th fret, play all 4 strings, back down to the 5th fret, C chord, G chord, an A minor chord where you're going to put your ring finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. Go down to the 1st string, 2nd fret, normal A minor chord, 2nd string, 3rd fret, G chord, 1st string open, G chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, D chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, and then basically a repeat of the first line. G chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, second string, 2nd fret, strings 4, 3, and 2 open, second string, 3rd fret, A chord, second string, 3rd fret, then a D chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, second string open, 3rd string, 2nd fret, C chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, D chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, repeat the second string, and then a G chord, strings 4, 3, and 2. And that's all through the night on GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele. Now let's look at baritone. On baritone, you're going to need basically 4 chords. You're going to need the D chord, the G chord, the E chord, and the A chord. If you've got those 4 chords, you've got a really good start. So you're going to start with the D chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, second string, 2nd fret, G chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, second string, 3rd fret, E chord, second string, 3rd fret, A chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, open second string, 3rd string, 2nd fret, G chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, A chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, and then repeat the second string, 2nd fret, and then a D chord, strings 4, 3, and 2. And that's going to repeat note for note. That gets us to the 3rd line of the song. You're going to need a G chord, down to the 1st string, 2nd fret, back up to the G chord, up to the 5th fret, up to the 7th fret, play all 4 strings, back down to the 5th fret, G chord again, then a D chord, an E minor chord where you're going to reach over and play the 1st string, 3rd fret, 1st string, 2nd fret, E minor chord, 2nd string, 3rd fret, D chord, open 1st string, D chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, A chord, strings 4, 3, and 2. All right, then we have the bottom line of the song, which is basically a repeat of the first line. So you've got a D chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, down to the 2nd string, 2nd fret, G chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, 2nd string, 3rd fret, E chord, 2nd string, 3rd fret, A chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, 2nd string open, 3rd string, 2nd fret, G chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, A chord, strings 4, 3, and 2, repeat the 2nd string, D chord, strings 4, 3, and 2. And that's all through the night on baritone DGBE ukulele. All right, thanks again for joining me so much for this demonstration and tutorial of All Through the Night, my arrangement that's available at ukestuff.info for free if you'd like to play along. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.